go. Danielle Dani Perrault, you have had the key this entire time. 1 month ago, my husband Matt was diagnosed with diabetes. He already takes medicine for high blood pressure, high cholesterol, gout, and he has episodes of diverticulitis. This new finding scared me a lot because 10 years ago, I lost my best friend to complications from diabetes. I looked him in the eyes and told him something needs to change, and change now because his keto life is not working on getting him healthy. That evening, he found a show on Netflix, The Game Changers. It is a documentary of scientists and athletes which are looking into the optimal diet for performance and health. We could not stop watching. Every new piece of the show was blowing our minds. When it ended, he said, "Let's find another one." We went right into What the Health, also on Netflix. This too was a documentary about preventing and possibly reversing disease. That was it. By the end of the second show, my mind was made up. Matt, being the skeptic of us two, says, "It can't be that easy. They are just showing you what they want you to see, but I am willing to try." I jumped on that deal as quick as he said it. That night we decided no meat, no dairy, no animal byproducts. 1 month ago we decided veganism. He had a month before his next blood work, so 1 month we will do it. The next morning I cleaned our entire kitchen out of temptations. He ordered recipe books online, and we went grocery shopping based on online recipes until our book came in. We had no clue what we were doing, still don't really, but we went with our list to Trader Joe's, Kroger, and H-E-B. The next week we checked out Sprouts, Whole Foods, and back to H-E-B. For us, we found Kroger and H-E-B were our favorite to shop. For us, we found Kroger and H-E-B were our favorite to shop and was easier to locate item. Whole Foods is a great runner-up because it carries specific items that we have not found elsewhere. In the first 2 weeks, I found myself in reflection and realized a couple of things very important that I have forgotten. One of those was when I was 24 years old, I found out that I had cervical cancer. After having 4 surgeries within 2 months, they said they had it all, but the cells continued to mutate. My doctor at the time offered me a few options, one being chemotherapy, second being radiation, but then he stated, "You are young, and I think you are strong. I would really like you to try green." He handed me a sheet of paper that had a list of foods to eat, but the biggest thing I remember him saying is green. Being 24 years old, I had a 5-year-old daughter, twin 2-year-old daughters, and a 6-month-old son at home. I could not afford to get sick. That meant cancer or treatments. I chose eating everything green as much as possible and walking every day. LOL, I even ate green M&Ms. Hey, they are green. Testing every month for the first 6 months, I was free. In the 6th month, it was returning. I realized I took my eating habits for granted, that everything was fine. I doubled down again for the next 6 months, nothing but green. I did release myself from such harsh green eating after another year. All testing was clear. I was fine. I beat it, no worries. So I stopped worrying. Second, reflecting was back to my son at the age of 7.5 to 8 years old. It was so difficult raising him. I cried every day. He was mean, defiant, angry, needed so much attention that I didn't know how to give it to him. Believe me, I wanted to run away, but I know he needed me. I finally found help with the help of his pediatrician. He referred us to a child psychologist in Katy. After many appointments with the psychologist, teaching assessments, and immediate family assessments with all my video recordings, we received the most helpful news. Diagnosis was ADHD combined type, dysgraphia, dyslexia, impulsivity, depression, and oppositional defiant disorder. Yes, it was helpful. We finally knew where to begin to help him. It took a while to get the medication right, but that wasn't the only thing doctors had instructed us to do. He said, change his diet. He gave a list of foods that would be beneficial for his activity. He said to cut back on processed foods and dairy. It was healthy eating fruits, vegetables, beans, and grains. Colton came off his medication right before his senior year of high school. During reflection and talking to my husband, he looked at me and said, "You've had the key this entire time." Since the aha moment, we have continued to research online and watch shows. Forks vs. Knives on Amazon Prime. Plant-based diets help to maintain a healthy body and to help prevent certain diseases. Down to Earth with Zac Efron on Netflix. He travels the world in search of the secrets to good health, long life, and a higher level of eco-consciousness. We also started watching vegan cooking shows on Hulu. We have kept up with the plant-based lifestyle for the entire month with no fallback to any animal products. It doesn't seem that we will miss it at all. After I have introduced the new journey my husband and I are on, our children are starting to get interested in the idea of eating for health. Our oldest daughter, who is now almost 26, is eating primarily vegan except for the occasional ground turkey. And our youngest son, who is now almost 20, has transferred his lifestyle to a vegetarian way. The twins have not yet found the need to change, but that is okay. It is a life choice, and you can't make people go out of their comfort zone. But when they are ready, if they become ready, they will do it on their own, and I will be here waiting to walk them.